strategy for your Leaving Cert poetry, grab a pen and paper. So your Leaving Cert poetry is broken down into 3 parts. Question 1, question 2 and question 3. Let's go for question 3 first. This is going to be worth 9 marks and it's a straight up copy and paste. They're going to ask you about the life and work of the poet or the metre of the poem. Now if you can put that down on a sheet of paper, you're going to get 9 marks out of 30, so you've roughly about 30% of your grade, and all you need is 3 extra marks to bring you up to that pass rate. So let's get you them extra 3. Now let's go back and have a look at your question 1. Question 1's going to give you a quote, like there is love in the poem, there is contrast in the poem, there are irreconcilable differences in the poem, but you can actually only see these in the imagery. Yes, there's love in the poem, but you can see love in the imagery. Or there's contrast in the poem, yeah, that's true, but you can only see contrast in the imagery. So if you're looking for something that'll do an awful lot of heavy lifting for you straight away, go for your imagery. Now you don't have to take it all out. If your goal is to pass just for the mocks and just to get by and then start, well then this might be a foolproof plan for you. Go and take out a handful of the images that you can write down for question number 1. Now question number 1's worth about 15 marks, so we're talking in total maybe an A4 page and a half. Now question number 2 is where it gets interesting. They're going to ask you for something smaller, like a technique. What's your favourite literary technique? What's your favourite metaphor? Or what's the significance of the ending of the poem? This is going to be worth about maybe 6 marks. And for this I wouldn't write any more than maybe 8 lines or 10 lines because it's only a 6 mark question. But again, you get to use your imagery. What's the significance of the ending of the poem? And then you go to the imagery and you tell me what you see at the end of the poem. Or what's your favourite metaphor? Well, then you go and you pick out the favourite metaphor in the imagery. So the imagery is going to do an awful lot for you. So if your goal is just to get by for the mocks, and that's a fair thing, that's fine, then go for your question 3, copy and paste, it gets you 30%. Then go back and do your question 1 and do your question 2, using your imagery, the images that you select, in order to bring you up to that pass rate then.